The Nanaimo assembly wharves have grown quiet over the years with the downturn of the forest industry. The Nanaimo Port Authority hopes to fill these empty buildings and bring new vitality to the marine assets it manages with the implementation of Path 2025.
Well, Path 2025 is a strategic business plan that the Port Authority created along with our board of directors and our senior staff to map out what we need to do over the next decade or two to service the community. We're dealing with very old infrastructure here, and for us to really go after new business opportunities, we need to modernize that infrastructure. And Path 2025 is just a working paper to focus on doing that.
For over 50 years, the NPA has managed the harbor and much of the foreshore along Nanaimo. They monitor everything from visiting vessels at the Inner Harbor Marina, the 7 deep-sea anchorages for freighter traffic, the Nanaimo Assembly Wharves, the new cruise ship terminal, and property at Duke Point.
The Assembly Wharf, which is about 35 acres, is where we have our new office and our cruise facility, is going to go through a series of transformations, and we're going to try to transform this into a transportation hub. We're very anxious to see if we can get a fast ferry service in here to use the same infrastructure as the cruise terminal. And we're looking at office buildings and whatnot on this property. And we also have about 75 acres of property at Duke Point. Duke Point is where we're going to be focusing our commercial activities. All the lumber loading is done at Duke Point. We're going to be soon handling the discharge of 55 windmills, a project cargo for Cape Scott, in the next few weeks, and all that activity is going to be done at Duke Point.
In January, the NPA hired DP World Vancouver to operate its cargo terminals. Plans include a short sea shipping opportunity, moving containers between the mainland and Vancouver Island.
That is another part of the Path 2025 and a new piece of business, and that will employ people and move cargo off the island to Asia and through Vancouver.
And the NPA has signed a memorandum of agreement with Pacific Northwest Marina Group, an island company, which plans on investing $9 million into revitalizing the downtown marina if all approvals can be met.
We feel that they are a perfect fit. They have a proven track record for revitalizing Vancouver Island's waterfronts.
Our extensive background research has told us that this project is well positioned to meet the changing needs of the market and fill a niche for downtown destination marinas that are geared towards the transient boater.
The Pacific Northwest is one of the 5 or 6 great boating areas in the world, and we see freighters and these boat carriers unloading all the time in Vancouver and sometimes even here in Nanaimo, and all these people are coming from around the world and they want to spend a year in the Pacific Northwest.
One of the biggest things about economic development is creating an environment for business investment. And it just doesn't get better than this. It's an island-based company.
The revitalized marina will occupy the same footprint as the existing one, but there will be more boardwalks, a variety of improved services for boaters, and a new layout will accommodate more larger vessels.
Over the last 15 years, the average size of vessels has moved from about 35-foot average to a 45-foot average. You know, that means the whole distribution has moved, and what you see is a lot of slips that are out there in the 25-foot to 35-foot range, and they're harder to fill those slips. In fact, many of them sit empty.
How the fishing fleet and other more frequent users out the docks fit into the plan is still on the drafting table.
For the recreational boater, we have to bring the service levels up, and we would like to see the fishing fleet be able to use the same facility. We do have to spend some time with them and find out what they need. It's part of our information sessions and discussions with the stakeholders.
If approved, the marina lease will be for 30 years. The NPA says this arrangement allows them to focus on their primary role.
The marina was inherited by the Port Authority way back in the 40s, and we've done a number of upgrades to it along the way. It's really not our core business. The Port Authority should be handling freight, and that's what we're sort of focusing as part of Path 2025 is to do what we do best, and that's freight.
The Nanaimo Port Authority is telling the world it's open for business and there are ample opportunities for investment and partnership in the Path 2025 strategic plan. In Nanaimo, for The Daily, I'm Annette Lucas.